What is the Great White Throne Judgment? We're going to answer that question. The Great White Throne Judgment is the final judgment prior to the lost being cast into the lake of fire. This judgment will take place after the millennium and after Satan is thrown into the lake of fire where the beast and the false prophet are. The books that are opened contain records of everyone's deeds, whether they are good or evil, because God knows everything, and He will reward or punish each one accordingly. Some Christians believe that the scriptures reveal three different judgments to come. The first is the judgment of the sheep and the goats, or a judgment of the nations. This takes place after the tribulation period, but prior to the millennium. Its purpose is to determine who will enter the millennial kingdom. The second is often referred to as the judgment seat of Christ, at which Christians will receive degrees of reward for their works or service to God. The third is the Great White Throne Judgment at the end of the millennium. This is the judgment of unbelievers, where they're judged and sentenced to everlasting punishment in the lake of fire. The Great White Throne Judgment will be the time that believers and unbelievers alike are judged. Those whose names are found in the book of life will be judged for their deeds in order to determine the rewards they will receive or lose. Those whose names are not in the book of life will be judged according to their deeds to determine the degree of punishment they will receive in the lake of fire. Those who hold this view believe Matthew 25:31 through 46 is another description of the same result of what is seen after the Great White Throne Judgment in Revelation 20:11 through 15. The sheep, believers, enter into eternal life, while the goats, unbelievers, are cast into eternal punishment. Whichever view one holds of the Great White Throne Judgment, it is important to never lose sight of the facts concerning the coming judgments. First, Jesus Christ will be the judge. All unbelievers will be judged by Christ, and they will be punished according to the works they have done. The Bible is very clear that unbelievers are storing up wrath against themselves, and that God will give to each person according to what he has done. Believers will also be judged by Christ, but since Christ's righteousness has been imputed to us, and our names are written in the book of life, we will be rewarded, but not punished, according to our deeds. Romans says that we will all stand before the judgment seat of Christ, and that each one of us will give an account to God. That answers the question, what is the Great White Throne Judgment?